Afternoon, welcome to stretch. So I've got my little doggy in with me today. She shouldn't get in the way, but she'll be okay. Please make sure you are fit and well to train, that you have clearance from your GP, and you are aware that exercise can cause injury. This is Licorice, for those of you that haven't met her, and she's a sick puppy. So she's very clingy with me today. She's a not well puppy. So I'm going to do today's today's stretching class as a beginner's stretch class. Leisure Centre have asked us to do a beginner's class with one of our classes or all of our classes for those coming into exercise that haven't done it, for those joining up. So this will be a beginner's stretch class, all right? And it's teaching you how to use your muscles. So after each workout that you do, you should be stretching. Before and after, you should be stretching. Okay, so it just prevents injury and really helps increase flexibility and strength. Okay, so find yourself a space. You don't need anything. You can stay here, boo boo. You can stay with me. So we're going to do knee huggers. Can you all see me? Yeah, you can have a sit. You want to sit down? Come sit over here. Right, so if you need a chair to balance on, you can have a chair, or you can hold onto the wall, okay, or you can try and balance. So what you're going to do is pull your knee up and hug it in. Okay, if you don't have anything to lean on and you want to use both hands, you will just come against the wall, lift up, and pull the knee in towards the chest. Okay, and we go to the other side. So some of you might not be able to get it up that high. You can hold and pull. So what you would do is clasp your hands underneath the knee, like so, and just try and lift the body weight. We're just stretching into the hip flexor, okay? So I'm standing up nice and tall and pulling that knee up and in. What you want to have is your core engaged, and you dig your other foot into the ground. So the ball of the foot becomes the anchor. On your foot, you can't really see with my black socks, your ball, your pinky, and your heel. Those 3 points on your foot are your anchor, and you just rock. But you can see I'm rocking, I'm doing it over exaggerating, just to show you the balance, okay? And every move you have to have your abs engaged. I'll show you in a second how to engage those. Okay, so to engage the core, place your hands on your belly, just below the rib. You'll feel the top set of abs. And then take an inch lower. Take a deep breath in, pull the pelvic floor up and in, breathe out and cough. And you'll feel the abs engage, all right? And release. So you want to have 50% ab engagement every time you exhale, all right? When you engage your core, it works like a corset effect around the body and helps prevent back injury. So if your abs are on and engaged, you'll feel that it activates the muscles around your back, squeezing out on, and that will prevent injury. Okay, so we're going to go into a crossover toe touch. So you're going to stand with feet hip width apart, take one foot over, pull the hips back and hang down. So some of you might be here and not able to touch your toes, in which case put your hands on your thigh, push back. I'm not pushing onto the kneecap. I'm going to go from the side, show you the other side. Step over, pull the hips back, flat back, push on the thigh. So you feel that all the way down the hamstring on the back leg. What you don't want is to crack your kneecap. So you don't want to be really pushing against the kneecap. You can step wide if you want. If you can touch your toes, then you just hang down and you'll feel that lovely stretch right down the calf and the hamstring. Nice deep breaths. Relax the head and shoulders. And up again. I'm just going to face you. So you'll see me going on the profile and to the front, probably to the back as well, so you can see what the back of me is doing. So we're working a lot today into the ankles, the calves, and the hamstrings. More each side, or just one more this side. stretch out into a reverse lunge. We can go into a runner's lunge, alrighty? So you're going to step your left leg back and touch down, and then step in. So when you do this, keep your feet on railway tracks. So that's railway tracks, and that's a tightrope, okay? This is very difficult to balance, this is much easier. So when you step back, keep this leg where it is, reach down and drive up. Do a couple more each side, so we was just waking up the knees, waking up the quads. Breathe in, breathe out. Down. You can place your hand here, lock the leg. Alrighty. Now you're going to do a standing hamstring swoop. So you're going to bend the back knee and swoop down the front leg. Watch again. So the hips come back, back knee bends, and I'm just swooping down and standing. Alright, let's keep on one side. So pull the hips back, bend this knee, swoop up. Breathe in. Swoop. So you should feel that on the hamstring. It's a swooping hamstring stretch. Something's bit me. I'm getting bitten today. Not so much camping. Good. Other side. Make sure your abs are on. Feet parallel. Bend. Back knee. Swoop. Swoop. You see from the side. Knee is bending. Do one more for me. Alrighty. So we're going to go into a straight leg lunge. We did just warm-ups on that. So from standing, take your right leg back and drop down here. So that wasn't straight leg. We started off straight leg. It might be quite difficult. If you start off straight leg, keep your hands on your thigh here. Okay, I'm slipping in my socks, so I'm going to take my socks off. Actually, yeah, let's take them off. So you step back, parallel lines, hinge forward, push, and you push that hip flexor forward. Can you see that slight movement? So that is hamstrings. I'm feeling it here. As soon as I just adjust and push the hip forward, it's all the hip flexor. If you can, keep your feet nice and wide. Come down to the elbow here and drop the hips lower. Lock the back leg. If you want more from it, then come to the inside of the knee. It's a lovely stretch on the hip flexor. Drop that back knee down and dead toes. Alright. So from this position, a lot of people will be here because they're too scared to push forward. That's putting strain on your knee. Push the hips forward. Can you see that? No strain on the back knee. And that's quite nice. Really good stretch through the hip flexor. Keep the abs pulled in strong. You can put an arm down for support. Okay, and then just release off. You should have a nice padded surface underneath the knee here, okay? So if you want a little bit more, swivel around and straighten your front leg. You might be up here, that's fine, and it might be pain on the knee, in which case you could sit down on it and stretch. If you have knee issues, you would be up. Okay, bring this foot 90 degrees. We're going to hyperextend the ankle joint now. So keeping this heel down and bring the knee right in front of the toe, and we're stretching out the Achilles, and we're stretching into that talus part of the ankle. So I'm feeling that in my joint right here at the crease. I'm supporting with my hands. And just ease off. So it's hyperextended ankle. Toe over the toe, pull back. Okay, we're leaning into the hamstring. And let's do that again. So you can start with this one, hip flexor, here. So I'm just supporting. You can make a fist. Good. Swivel the back knee round. Hamstring. Lean down. So I need a little bit more padding under my back knee. I'm just going to pad that out quickly. Here we go. Hamstring. So I'm really leaning in chest to thigh. You might be up here and that is fine. From here, bring this foot in and hyperextend over the ankle. So I've just lengthened my back leg. Toes are flat just for comfort. And I'm really pushing. Keep this front heel down, don't let it lift. It's actually a lovely Achilles stretch as well. Good, let's switch legs. I'll show you on this side. Right, so let's start with the runners. Okay, runner's lunge. Lock the back leg. Knee is over ankle. Supporting the thigh. Drop the back knee down. Okay, push in. Remember your feet are parallel lines. So dead toes, push the hips forward. You can lean up here like this, make sure your abs are engaged, or you can bring your hands inside the knee for support. That's a really good stretch. You're feeling it in the groin as well. Swivel the back knee round. Lean, oops, make sure you're on. Lean down for hamstring. So that might be your hamstring stretch, straight leg, that might be all you've got. Down, you can pull on the toes and pull them up. From here, bring this foot in a little bit and you want to take the knee over the toes, square the hips. Position and adjust and support. So I'm still actually feeling that in the hip flexor. You're pulling the toes almost towards the nose and you feel that in the talus stretching out the Achilles here. Good, come back. Right, so we are going to adjust the foot. Do it again, stretch into the hamstring, into the hip flexor. Dead toes if you want. Swivel the knee round. Make sure you're on the mat so you're not cupping your kneecap. Hamstring stretch. Feel that. Give it some love. And talus, ankle, hyperextension. All in here. Good, bring your feet together. Great, so now we're going to go into a down dog calf stretch, okay? And then a hamstring walkout, and we're going to sit on our knees. Great, so down dog. You would not be doing down dog if you are suffering from a flare-up of sciatica, okay? So if you have a sciatic pain, down dog is not good for that. It is good after the flare-up. Then you can stretch it up, but not while you're flaring up. So don't do this move if you have sciatic pain. If you don't, feel free to join me. So live toes, hands on the shoulders. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, you're gonna lift your bum up and straighten the legs if you can. So some of you may be here because you have tight hamstrings. Pull the shoulder blades back and down. Try and get the biceps by the ears. If you can, take the feet nice and wide and pull the butt up and try and push your heels into the floor. So some of you might be here. That's fine. Squeeze the muscles back and down on your back. And then we're going to paddle through the calves. So push one heel down, bend the opposite knee. Bend the knee. You're straightening the leg on the heel that is pushing down. This is working through your calves, your back. You should feel this in your shoulders. Make sure you're breathing. Good. And then just stretch into down dog. Nice deep breaths. So this is also fine. I want to see a lovely flat back and biceps by your ears. If you rock your head from side to side, you should feel your biceps. Good, and just roll forward, drop onto the knees, and sit back in child. We're going to do that again. So come up to all fours. Alright, live toes. This is dead toes, this is live toes. It's very difficult to stand up when your feet are flat. So come like this because you're going to push up onto the balls of your feet. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale and push up. Looking forward and then bring your head between your arms. Frame it. Pedal through the calves. So depending on how tight your hamstrings are, we'll see how straight your legs get. Breathe. Good. Squeeze the shoulder blades back and down into a V. Roll forward, drop to the knees, nice and wide, bring your feet together, sit back, nice long stretch in child's pose, head down to the floor. Nice deep breaths. From here, take your right hand underneath. I'm going to show you my left. Palm up, so lift up. Place the arms through as far as you can and then try and drop that shoulder down to the floor with your head looking under the arm. Make sure your knees are wide apart like this. If your knees are together, it's very difficult to get your chest through. You want to imagine you've got a nice pregnant belly, and it's going to sit here, okay? So, reach under. Some of you might be here, but then you're straining the neck, so just relax everything. Let everything just fall. When you're down on the floor, stretch. Breathe in, come up to 12 o'clock, both arms in front, look forward, exhale. Inhale, exhale, other side. Nice deep breaths. Good, come back up to 12 o'clock. Relax the head. Good. And round up through the spine. Alright, so you're going to sit back with flat feet. Bring your knees together. Alrighty. And you're going to try and sit on your ankles. So this, in fact, is doing a quad stretch for you. When we do a standing quad stretch, we pull the heel to the bum, and this is the move that you're looking for. Sit up nice and tall, pushing the chest out. If you're feeling any pain in the ankle bones, I'll show you from the back. The toes are pointing together there. So you're not feet flayed out that way. Turn your feet in, and then sit back. Can you see there? Sit up nice and tall, roll the shoulders back. Nice deep breaths, hands on thighs. Good. Okay, from here, just coming to 4-point kneading. So, all I've done is position my knees shoulder width apart, okay? You see the nice flat back that I have, and my shoulders are directly over my hands, so you want those shoulder width apart as well. In this position, you're going to bring your head up, and as I bring the head up, I arch the back. Can you see that arch? That is rounded, and that is arched. So it is a tilt of the pelvis. It is a tilt of the pelvis, okay? So head up, bum up, tilt the pelvis. Let's do a pelvic tilt quickly, because quite a lot of people don't know how to do a pelvic tilt. Okay, so stand up quickly. All right, so this is a neutral spine, okay? Standing nice and tall, feet shoulder width apart. Imagine that you've got a bowl of water in your belly, okay? And if you tip your hips back, the water will pour out the front. If you tip your hips forward, the water will pour out the back. Can you see that? So there's a pelvic tilt, bringing the hip bone to the rib. So you'll often hear me saying when I'm teaching core classes, hips to ribs, and that is a pelvic tilt this way, and you would squeeze your core together, squeezing your pelvic bone to the bottom rib here. So you want to try and join that, okay? That's the pelvic tilt that way, and then the reverse is sticking your butt back. So there's the pelvic tilt there. So can you see that tilt? Back. So imagine that you've got headlights. So standing nice and tall and neutral, you've got headlights on your hips, and you are tilting the headlights up towards the ceiling, or you are tilting the headlights down towards the floor. And that is the pelvic tilt there. Okay? When you do the pelvic tilt, engage the core, and you can feel all the back muscles working as you're tilting. Okay? So let's go back down to 4-point kneeling. Feet flat, dead toes. Right, so that's neutral. That's a flat back, and you see? Now I'm going to lift my head up and tilt the headlights to the floor. Inhale, exhale, tilt the headlights up, hips to ribs. Inhale, tilt the pelvis. So your headlights are pointing down towards the floor. Exhale. As you exhale, squeeze your abs together, hips to ribs. Inhale up. Exhale and round. What this does is separate each vertebra. So keep going. Your vertebrae are stacked, and you are opening this way and you are opening that way. Okay? It is a forward backward. So it's creating space in the vertebrae. Okay? When we go into a quadruped back circle, which we'll do now, you're taking the vertebra and you're opening, opening, opening the side like that. Okay? So breathe. Round. Separate the shoulder blades. Inhale up. Drop the back down, exhale and round. Now you want to take one hip to one shoulder. So this shoulder to the hip, round, all the way around. And you feel that release on the spine. And then you will change direction. This is called a quadruped back circle because you're going all 4 corners of the quadrant. And round. It's quite a difficult move to get. Very, very good for lower back pain, so please do practice that. Pyramid B. You'll love this one. It's a stretchy one. It's a beginner's stretchy class. Right. So from there, we're going to do just some calf stretches. Okay. So step it in, roll up slowly, chin to chest, and roll the shoulders back. All right. So we're going to do some inverted and everted calf stretches. Normal calf stretches, you would just rock straight up with your toes pointing to the front here. Now we're going to do some pigeon. So turn the toes in, pigeon footed, put your hands on your hip, rock up and down, up. This works, if you feel it working the outside of the calf. Alright? It's a less. Do a few more, stretch. And then you evert, turn the toes like a ballerina and squeeze. Can you feel just different parts of the calf muscle? This is getting you right in the belly of the gastroc, in the belly of your calf. So this creates the beautiful V shape. I don't know if you'll be able to see in the calf. So you see the nice big fat calf ball muscle on the inside. And if you turn in, it's working the outside of the calf. So it's quite nice just to stretch. Okay, and push back. So take your toes in front of your heel. Alright, and just straighten that leg and lean forward into the calf. If you wanted to use the wall, you could push your body weight against it, and you would feel that. So you need to have the leg as straight as you can get, and then come off, and other side, and lean. The further forward you lean, the more weight you're putting on that calf, and you'll feel that stretch. Don't bend the knee, push straight. Remember, you can push against the wall, push back down into it. Good. From here, come down to a seated quad stretch for beginners. So there are many quad stretches that you can do. You can do the standing quad stretch. That involves balance. Okay, so if you're new to stretching, it's quite difficult and you end up spending all your time trying to stay up on one leg. So we're going to come down to the floor. Alrighty. And from this position, you're going to take your left leg straight and bend the right knee. So most people will freak out when they see that, can't bend my leg in that position, but it is a natural bend. When you see kids sit, I can't do it. They sit with both feet like this, little ones. It breaks me to see it because I'm not that supple. So you want to bring your heel in, make sure your abs are on. This arm is supporting me here, okay? And then I'm going to walk around this way until I can put my elbow down. Alrighty? And then I'm going to reach this arm up and push the hips forward, squeezing the bum. You can ragdoll the elbow and put it behind your head like you're posing for a photograph, and then really push with the elbow that way, and you'll feel the stretch in your lat in your back. So almost like you're reaching the elbow down to the hand, okay? And that's a beautiful lat stretch as well as quad. If you want more, lean back into it here and come back closer if you can. Some people in my class lie flat. Not I. Not unless I've had copious amounts of bubbles. Then I can lie flat and play air guitar for you. Stretch. So we really want to feel it in the quad. I'm leaning back now, feeling it here. You can support the head if you're leaning back. And then support abs on, coming up. Good. From here, you're going to lean forward into the hamstring stretch. So walk your hands down, down, down. That might be it. You might need it wide. And you do want to get your chest to your thigh. So not rounding like this. Sit up tall and fold flat. If you can come all the way down, that's beautiful. Bring your arms, grab your foot, and stretch. If you are not flexible and you are trying to increase the hamstring, take a towel and pull yourself towards yourself. Good, let's do that again. So, abs on. Walk back, walk back, walk back. Elbow, reach. Oh, that's a lovely lat stretch in the back. And then into the quad. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Oh, yeah. Good, abs on, coming out. Walk down. Chest to thigh. Elbows down if you can. Give your knees some love. And come up and switch legs. So gently pull the leg up and in. Shake the kneecap if you need to. It should be okay. So lift, hand down for support, leg down. Alright? Turn, elbow back, hand here, stretch, and then lean into it. If you want, try and get that heel closer to the bum, more of a quad stretch. Try and get both elbows down if you can. Mamma mia. Come up. Chest to thigh, sit up tall, walk down, stretch. Remember, you can use the towel. If you are super flexible and you can reach past the foot, you can grab for your wrist or a yoga block at the end of the foot and stretch out that hamstring. Some people can't sit deep in a squat, but they can do the splits, so they have increased mobility. So you do always want to stretch and try and increase your stretch. Oh, isn't it nice? Increase the stretch and strength and flexibility. So if you're feeling pain in the knees, I'm a little bit on that. It was a bit too close. And up, hands on, stretch. Good. Just put your hand underneath, hook it and lift it. Perfect. So, in this position, both knees bent. Take your right hand underneath, grab your left ankle, bring it through to there. So the knee is pointing to the front. Take this foot over, hook the foot in as close as you can, and we are going to take the right hand behind you, take your left elbow over the knee and do a seated spinal twist. This foot needs to be flat. If it is pointing the other way, you're going to cramp. So you want to twist, 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 release. Breathe out as you turn to the back of the room. My back hand has got spider fingers or a fist. okay, to support. 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, sit up tall and take your elbow off. Turn this foot and then push against the knee. Woohoo! Bum. It's a lovely piriformis stretch right in your glute med and the piriformis and its pain. Good. Untie yourself. 1, pull the knee out. 2. Right, are you ready to go to the other side? If you need to, shake out the knees, bend. Left hand under, grab the ankle. Point the knee to the front. Lift your foot over, hook the ankle just behind the knee, okay? Take your left hand, spider fingers behind you, right elbow over and twist. 2, 3, release. Don't forget to breathe. Release. Do one more. Push, push. You're trying to stack the shoulders. All right, you have to turn this foot. Place the hand down. Push that knee. Feel that in your bum. In your bum, 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 bum. Hallelujah. Alrighty. Let's get your bum. Bring it. Hook the knee up. Okay, shake out the knees. Seated mermaid. So from this position, zigzag your legs. So bend this one, and then this one goes the same. There. Okay, shuffle your bum in nice and close. Knees. So you want knee, foot, hand away from the feet. Take this hand, take a deep breath in, lift up your... So if you're doing very, very beginners, you'll keep your hips on the floor, and you just open this way. Okay, rotating the torso. If you can, lift the hips up, inhale, and exhale. Inhale down, exhale, and wrap in nice and tight towards the toes. Squeeze down. So this one gets your inner thigh and a bicep. If you're feeling in your back, you need to squeeze your abs on. Breathe in and lift. Beautiful lat stretch all down the back here. Ragdoll the elbow up top. Inhale and exhale and squeeze. Switch legs. So you can do that 3 or 4 times. Alrighty. This is where people get a bit confused with the legs, because it's not a natural position to sit. Well, for some people it is. Most newbies that come to my higher class battle getting their legs in this position. So just think of a zigzag. Knees flowing like waves. Okay? That's probably why it's a mermaid, because you're like a beautiful mermaid sitting on a rock. Right. Spider fingers. Fingers away from you. So your hand is pointing backwards that way. Not spider fingers, palm flat. Breathe in. And lift. So grease your hair back, elbow to the ceiling, push it up, and inhale and squeeze it in towards the feet. Do it again. Breathe in. Down. Mermaid. Good. Bring both legs straight in front of you. Spread out. Okay, so seated side stretch. From this position, so if this is the first time you've had your legs in this position, side stretch is going to be quite challenging, but as long as you're breathing through the move, you should be okay, and engaging your core. Okay, so what you're going to do is reach, breathe. You're going to reach over and stretch this way. You're going to try and get your shoulder or your head down to your leg. That's the aim. And touch your toes with the opposite hand, okay? If you reach this way in front, you are pointing shoulder to toe, and you won't hurt your back. If you do it any other way, you could injure your back. So take a nice deep breath in, exhale and reach. Come up, and you just cross the hands over and reach. Flex the foot, up, and down. If you are feeling it in the back, just decrease the range of motion and reach here. You should still be feeling it right down the side, okay? Pull the belly into the spine, inhale up, and just reach. You're pointing shoulder to the toe in the general direction. Do one more. Each side, that is. And again. Good. Turn the torso. So turn, breathe in, and exhale down. You want to have your arms each side. Try to go all the way down if you can. Inhale up, turn the torso, breathe in, exhale down. What you don't want is your butt to lift. You want both bum cheeks on the floor. This happens, it's not working. You need to have both bums on the, both of your bums on the floor. It might lift ever so slightly, but you don't want to be lifting like this because you're in the hip. Good. Right, so from here we can go into pigeon. Pigeon is a lovely stretch for the glutes, for the piriformis, for your back. You can stretch everything in it. So what we're going to do is, easiest way to get into pigeon from here is bend one leg. So I'm going to go on the angle. Alrighty, and I'm going to bend my left leg so you can see. For video purposes, bend, and this leg goes behind you. So you could do a baby pigeon, which is kind of like what you were doing in Mermaid, but let's try and straighten that back leg, okay? And then you want to try and come up and sit on top of your leg, like so. Can you see that? So back toes, dead toes, dead. And my bum is lifted off the floor, I'm folded over, I'm just holding my head up so you can see. I'll open this side so you can see, alright? If you feel any pain in the knees, you drop onto the bum. So I've taken some weight off and I'm still stretching down. You want to try and lie down on it. And just breathe. So if I was on top, I wouldn't be lying, I would be up like this. And then still down. And that you're going to feel more. Because I've got a bit of dodgy knees, that hurts at the moment. Shake out the knee. And let's go to the other side. So bend, up, back. Come up on top if you can. And relax the head down. So you kind of want to get a nice straight line with the leg behind you. Being on top of the foot, toes down towards the mat. Relax the head. You could do one potato, two potato, and the forehead on there if you want. And that takes the strain off the cervical spine. Or you can just rest it. You have bony knuckles, I'm feeling that. And you can sit down on the bum. And do it that way. We're just going to sleep now. Yeah. Alright, push yourself up. Relax the legs. We're just going to do chest and back. So I'm going to sit side on so you can see. Alright, so take a nice deep breath in. Clasp your fingers round, like you're diving in. Can you see how I've separated my shoulders and tilting the pelvis again? Tilting hips to ribs, relax the knees, chin to chest, inhale up, and you're going to take outside wrist and pull over to one side. So I'll just face you from the front because you've seen me rounding. You're tilting shoulder to knee, and up, other side, wrist, rounding, shoulder to knee. So you're not going back. Take the hands behind you, clasp your hands if you can, pull the shoulders down, stick the chest up, and look down or up. If you cannot clasp your hands behind you, like this, then you can make fists and just pull the shoulders back and down, sitting up nice and tall. There. So let's do that again. I'm just going to stay aside so you can see. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale and round. Pull. Like somebody's pulling you forward. Round, chin to chest. Inhale up. Take one wrist, reach over. So you can rest your head against your bicep and just stretch, abs on, abs on. Other side. Take it behind, pull down. Pull the shoulders back and down. Oh, that's lovely. And just gently. Little shimmy. Right. So from this position, let me just face you again so you can see. I'm just sitting comfortably now with my legs out. Whatever's comfortable for you. I want you to still keep a nice flat back. Okay, so sit up nice and tall. Take one arm across your chest and pull that elbow towards you. So at the moment, both shoulders are square to the front. And I'm pulling the elbow into my chest. If you want to feel it in your lat, just add that little twist. So my left shoulder is in front of my right shoulder. And I'm pulling, and you can feel it in the deltoid, and you can feel it in your back muscles in the lats. From here, take your arm flat, bend it, push the elbow up, and place the palm on the back. So this is stretching the triceps. Some of you might not have the space here, so you can just push from the front here. Try not to crunch your neck in the process. And release. Other side. Pull across, look over the shoulder. So I'm pulling that elbow right in to my chest, almost to the sternum. And then just add that little twist forward and you'll feel that beautiful shoulder stretch. Still pulling the arm away from you. Take the arm in front of you, palm up, fold at the elbow, push the elbow up, pat yourself on the back. So nice flat palm on the back. Tricep stretch. Oh, and release. Good. We're going to do a few shoulder rolls. So just roll, relax, drop the head down. Good. Forearms. So if you've been doing weights or anything, picking up, whenever you clench your fist, you activate your forearms. So if you're picking up anything heavy or just shopping or cooking or opening and closing your hands, which you would do thousands of times in a day, stretch the forearms. So bring the arm close to the body, palm up, and pull the fingertips back towards the forearm. If you do it out here, you'll feel a strain in your elbow. So keep the arm low towards the body, and you should just feel that nicely up the forearm. Nice deep breaths, abs are on, you're sitting up nice and tall. And then you can just turn the arm, palm down, and pull the fingertips towards the forearm again. But now you've changed the wrist direction. This one you can straighten up, it doesn't matter where the arm is for that one. Good, and then just gently pull the fingers in, nice squidgy. You're pulling the wrist. Good. Let's do the other arm. So lean the arm down, pull the fingertips towards the forearm, straighten the arm. Can you see the arm is straight? So if you feel any pain in the elbow, keep the arm close to the body. Good, and then turn, palm down, pull fingertips back. Again, straight arm. And then gently fold the palm up, so we're just stretching the wrist. Stretch again, roll the wrists, and that is us done. Right, let's just take a few nice deep breaths in, and that's your beginner's stretching class done and dusted. So I don't normally sit and talk through so much, so this is quite nice for the beginners. I hope you got something from it, and if you want to just watch it again, spend a little longer on each area, that's perfect. All right, take a nice deep breath in, exhale down. exhale down. Inhale up, basket the head, look up. Rotate. Nice little pop in the back. Other side. Good. Take your hands up. Breathe in, hands to chest. Exhale. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Or evening, or whenever you're doing the class. Bye.